Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Action Theater Presents Top Gun Maverick, starring Tom Cruise. Say hello to a few of you out there. Connie Clearly, strong supporter of Deleted Scenes channel and the Outlaw Bill channel. We're a member for 16 amazing months. That makes you an outstanding member, Connie Clearly. Thank you so much for supporting both of our channels here. The Bird Woman of YouTube. Hello to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Good day to you, sir. And all those who may be lurking in the background. Thank you, Connie Clary, for your continued strong support. You don't know how much Deleted Scenes and I truly appreciate you and your support of our channels. You're a
Indeed.
gold star awesome member. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to today's feature. Top Gun Maverick from 2022. After more than 30 years of service as a top aviator, Pete Maverick Mitchell, Tom Cruise, is back where he belongs, pushing the envelope to its courageous test pilot. Maverick must confront ghosts of the past when he returns to Top Gun to train a group of elite graduates and comes to face with Bradshaw Miles Teller, the son of former wingman Goose. Bitter rivals unite as the pilots. So this is kicking off since Memorial Day falls in this month. We're gonna have a couple of action theater extras, and of course we'll be doing them here on Thursday and again on Saturday. So we're kicking it off with Top Gun Maverick. Is there anything you'd like to say, Deleted Scenes?
All right. Well, anybody who's paid any attention to my channel knows how big a fan of I am of this movie. So if this is a new one for you, or even if it's a brand new viewing, or if you're watching again for like the 10th time, I hope you will enjoy the show.
Yeah. Once again, as much as we would love to bring you these to you here on YouTube, we are restricted by the copyright laws and the laws and guidelines of YouTube. So we're going to give our best, somewhat of a commentary track, giving it little notes as the movie progresses. We do hope you watch along. If this might be on Paramount Plus and maybe other streaming services. But today, if you're here with us now, we have provided a screening room for you to watch along. The link should be pinned to both of our chats. You can go over there and view the film as we're live. If not, you're catching this on the replay. The movie won't be there. You'll have to find your own copy or find it on your streaming platforms. Anything more before we get underway?
No, I think we should just go right on ahead and kick it. Kick the tires and the fires.
There we go. We're gonna. Five, 4, 3, 2, go. As you hear the Paramount logo and you hear the famous Top Gun anthem, Skydance Pictures celebrating 10 years. Simpson and Bruckheimer Films. Hey, Deleted, did you? I keep seeing this crazy notion of there's maybe a third one that they're trying to get out or come out. Do you know anything about that, or is that just rumor and speculation?
Right now, I think it's pretty safe to say it's probably speculation. Um, I don't know what the story would be, honestly.
Yeah. I've seen some fan made trailer things, but it's just basically everything from this film. You know, they might do good if they come up with a good story and, they get the Navy on board again, because that's half of what makes this film so great is they, used real filming of the aircraft carrier and the aircraft. And of course, we get one of our last performances from the late, great Val Kilmer. And that was all due to Tom Cruise and his friendship with Val. So, maybe sad, but what he gave us for this small port that he did have in this film, it was nothing short of great. And I bless the filmmakers and Tom Cruise for and Val himself for coming back to do this. Even under the conditions, and what a great way to honor a great actor and perform all his performances.
Of course, you've just had the opening. It's similar to the original film. And we cut to present day.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick, Mojave Desert, California, and he's restoring
A
his classic jet here.
P-51 Mustang. P-51 Mustang. The Tank Busters. I imagine just even to old an old one and to restore it to its former glory, that would be a quite an expensive endeavor. Pretty sure they don't make parts or for that aircraft anymore. 51 Mustang. Tom Cruise personal Kawasaki motorcycle here. It's his actual motorcycle. Yeah, he's a big fan of the cockroach Kawasaki motorcycles. Indeed, Bone. R.I.P. to Iceman. if any of you could tell me what the name of this aircraft that he's test flying, go ahead and put that in the chat or in the comment section. We'd love to know your knowledge and your input. Ooh, shot of knowledge from Nathaniel Arvin. That's actually Tom's plane as well. He owns that P-51. Wow, that's I did not know that. Did you know that? Deleted? Hello, Bush McFadden.
All right. Hopefully, I am back.
Yeah, you're back. You
All
are back,
right.
sir.
All right. Had to switch to my phone here. As my internet is giving me issue. Those of you watching on my channel, the screening room should still be pinned at the top of the chat. I do want to say hello once again to Connie Cleary. Thank you for the member chat. Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. Nathaniel Arvin.
Yeah, he was saying that that's actually Tom Cruise's P-51 Mustang, and I
That
didn't know that.
yeah, that is correct. Yes. Bush McFadden. Bone is with us. Jedbuck76 with we're watching this removing thetans from my body. Don't know. Ask Tom. Mhm. Agreed, Bush.
Definitely more G forces and actual heat with this test aircraft than the phallic Blue Origin and that forgery of women gaggle in space. You know what I'm talking about, Katy Perry. I personally don't think that those women could have handled the actual G forces it takes on a body just going into orbit. I know it was weeks ago, but it's still fun and present to make fun of him. I'm sorry. It's just the way I am.
Okay, put that in your Pentagon budget. Sorry.
That's a lot of G's being pushed on the pilot's body. That's a good one, Bone. He just scrapped about a $50 million government plane, probably 60 million. I don't know. Probably quite expensive. I love how everybody's giving me this look in this cafe. Like, where did you come from, spaceman? like it's out of the 50s or something. I love the kid response. Earth, I'm on Earth, spaceman.
I think that's the volume of Cosme or of our YouTube broadcast, Bush. Let me know.
Yeah. $50 million says the good one. Yeah. Dark Star. The Dark Star is a prototype. Thank you for that, Nathaniel Arvin. Good, glad to hear it, Bush. I do have tendency with my mic sometimes.
And of course, this is the first inkling that we're getting that someone's kind of watching us back from afar.
Yep. But not today.
By the way, and I've already gone on to record with this, I actually did a video on it. This is the best Star Wars movie since Empire.
Yeah. I'm kind of amazed that we still use the what do they call it? The F-18 Hornets. As I mean, they've been in service for about 45 to maybe 50 years. I think quite a while.
Of course, the reveal that Iceman is now commander of the fleet, Pacific Fleet. And we get the introduction of Cyclone and Warlock. And I always wondered if this character was originally supposed to be Sundown, and they just couldn't get the actor back because the actor who played Sundown passed away like right after this movie did as well. So
Oh man.
yeah. And have we decided on this Sunday film yet, Bill?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
But I tell you, I got next Thursday's film picked out already, and a Saturday bonus sec. I don't know if you can make Saturday, but
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know. Let's see. It says we actually used the Super Hornet and a Growler, which are the most up to date version on the airframe. You know, course, of course, this is actually clearing up a problem the original movie has, where all of this sudden, just as they graduate, you know, shit hits the fan. Here, we're given the mission at the beginning, so we know what we're working up to. And welcome, Poe. Cosme link is at the top of the chat. We're in the
Mhm.
briefing room scene. We're about 20 minutes, 20 seconds into the film.
Yep. Good to see you, Poe.
I'm sure we'll get to that one eventually, Bush. So basically, this is it. He's at the end of his rope here. That super chat is on your side, I believe, Bill.
Okay. Bush McFadden puts in 5. Dude, duel at the Diablo for Sunday. Hmm. Well, I have to find that one. Thank you for that, Bush. Appreciate it very, very much.
Yeah, I like that when we first see Jennifer Connelly, they're playing a David Bowie song, Labyrinth. And this is a deep cut because she's just a character who's mentioned in passing in the original film. You know, you almost kind of forget about her by the end, but realize she shows up here. It's a nice touch. Now, I don't think this is a no. This is a girl bossy Bush. I disagree. The only way it's girl bossy is if she all of a sudden winds up on the mission with them and takes out everybody. No. Right? And there's my girl Phoenix. I'm in love with every woman in this movie. I don't care. Monica Barbaro, of course, who just got Oscar nominated for playing Joan Baez in The Complete Unknown. Of course, we get Louis Pullman here. Damn near steals the movie. I like that, in movies like this where they give time like this to supporting characters. You get to you care about these guys very quickly. Of course, here's Miles Teller as Bradley Bradshaw, aka Rooster, who's Goose's son. It's amazing how much he looks like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I know, right?
And really, the Maverick of this movie, for who's kind of the Maverick surrogate for this movie, out of these guys, it's not Rooster, it's Hangman. He's the one who's kind of the cocky bastard who comes in and you know thinks he's going to rule the day here, and he gets humbled.
Speak of the devil.
Hmm. you know, you know, Boosh, with all due respect, man, seriously, If you think this movie is like a girl boss movie, then my advice would be watch no other modern film. Because this is going to be about as non-girl boss as we're going to get in any film. It's not a girl boss movie just because a woman is in it. You're just going to have to. I got to disagree with you when it comes to this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
disagree with that sentiment too.
yeah, I don't think the women in this movie kind of quote unquote put the men in their place at any point in this. It's one of the things that I like about it that doesn't happen. Now, does it lean too much on referencing the original movie? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Um, and if I had a complaint about it, I would say that it probably does. But it's a sequel. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something that they even the makers of the film didn't even think they would do unless they, like I said, they weren't going to do a sequel unless they had a good story to tell, and all the other factors that factors into why this one got made. And that's a reason why you know do we because this one was so successful, do we want a third one? Well, I don't want or need a third one, but if they could come up with a great story and they have something to tell, then yeah, I'm down for if they want to do a third one. But it has to be, you just they did this one and they pretty much toppled or came better or higher than the original. So so they're gonna do a third and final installment. They got to really raise the bar. So just think if they're gonna make a third one, the bar is gonna, I mean, gonna be pretty high, and have a great story to tell. And who knows? We'll see if they do, but it's not needed or wanted, you know. And I think
And
the
I think
filmmakers
the
know that.
filmmakers know that. Yeah, I'm fine ending it here with where everybody is at the end of the film here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Who
here who
here
is
who is
watching that
watching it
or
or
in the
in the
theater
theater?
or on YouTube could tell me how long have the F-18 been in service? How many years? I want to say maybe 45, maybe more. Could be off on that.
That's the point where you ask my dad, because he knew a lot about planes. Of course, here's the first training sequence. It was a composite shot. Was how they did that. They filmed the planes separately, and then put the shot together, and that's how they make it look like he flew between them like that, without risking anybody for real.
Yeah, that would be a dangerous maneuver. Indeed, it was Bush.
And of course, that's the part where you need Michael Ironside to come back and say, that was a great piece of flying until you went below the hard deck. Then you got killed. And of course, that's the mistake that Maverick made in the first film. And hello to Tabasco Scenario.
Hello, Basco.
Hello. This is one of the best sequel movies ever. I agree.
According to the internet,
According to
it
the
says the F-18 Hornet has
F-18
been
Hornet
entered in service
entered
in
into service in
1983. So approximately 41 years in service. As of May 2025, the Super Hornet had an upgrade, entered the service in 1999, making it approximately 26 years in service. Pretty cool facts. Good to see you, Tabasco Scenario. Always good to see you, my friend. Oh, that means deleted scenes. Welcome back, deleted scenes.
Yep. Thank you. Of course, here's the. We're getting a little bit of backstory there with Phoenix trying to be the voice of reason because she knows Rooster from before, and you get the backstory that the reason he's upset with Maverick is not the death of his father, like you might think, like Cyclone certainly thinks, but actually the fact that he pulled his papers for the Academy. And we find out why later on in the film. And how to come home. Yeah, because this is really the main question of the film, which is, in fact, would the Navy throw their best pilots at what is essentially a suicide mission? So it sort of becomes, how do we do this? We do this without losing any pilots, or we do this where we risk losing all the pilots, you know? And because of what happened with Goose, Maverick doesn't want to lose anybody again, you know? You know? It's like Kirk with Kobayashi Maru, you know, change the rules. Of course, the introduction of Amelia, who's Penny's daughter, which leads to the question, what idiot leaves Jennifer Connelly? And, oh, he's in Hawaii. Okay, let's go kick his ass. Okay.
I love her in this. She's so great. She's really brilliant in this. And you would expect this from a admiral's daughter, right? Penny Benjamin. I love that they incorporated that into this film.
Thomas Cruise may pull the fourth. Did you really almost just fall off of that sailboat just then? I'm pretty sure that was not in the script. I think he really almost died just then. Of course, if it were me, I would already have fallen off. I'd be dead. I would be dead so many times in this movie if it were me in
Well,
it for real.
Tom Cruise is, he loves to do his own stunts a lot of the times. I think he does. He's like a Jackie Chan, does most of his own stunts still. I mean, what he's going to be? What 63 this July? His birthday's July 3rd.
Was it something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got it right.
Yeah, I'd like to see them so-called women non-astronauts put through all those G forces. I don't think they can. Any one of them can hack it. SAM is the acronym for Surface-to-Air Missile. I wonder, did Tom Cruise pick out the call signs, or did some of the actors get to choose their call signs? If anybody could tell me that, you get a gold star.
Yeah, that was probably all in the script, I would think.
Yeah.
Of course, here we get the Iceman scene. Jean Louisa Kelly as Mrs. Iceman.
Yep.
You might remember her from Uncle Buck and Mr. Holland's Opus, among others.
Our timestamp is 55 minutes 42 seconds. Welcome back.
All right.
The ads
Am
are.
I up and running now?
I know. I'm sorry about that, Boosh. It's not. I don't. I can't really have control over that.
Yeah, we can't. If for anybody who's out there who might be getting ads, yeah, we have no control over that, unfortunately. I've looked into it, and it looks like it's something we're kind of stuck with for right now. With that football scene.
Well, I wonder. Well, this is something that we could try. We'd have to demonetize the stream, but I don't know if that will necessarily stop the ads. You know, it's something we can try for the next time.
Sorry, Bill, I didn't get that last. I lost audio for a second. What was that?
For the next time, maybe we can switch, make it so it's not monetized stream. But I don't know if that will fix the ad problem. That ad still could come. So, but I'm just saying we could give it a shot. Where we demonetize while we're live, and then after the fact, then remonetize the stream. I don't know. I know those ads are pain in the butt. But
he's just messing about, I guess. All right. Well, it has come up a couple of times on my end of these streams, Bush. That's why I was concerned there if you were having issues. All right. Okay, so we're good. If Maverick doesn't get Jennifer Connelly, bro. Yeah.
Ad free. Yeah. The screening room is completely ad free.
Yeah. It amazed me that this was actually the first time they had been in a film together. You would have thought, back in the 80s, maybe somebody would have put them in something together, but no, first time. Yes, we grew up in the 80s. We were of stronger stuff. Oh no, you are not. It's yours. Yeah, you'd be surprised what's come up. And of course, this is where we get to reveal that it was Carol, who was Meg Ryan's character, who they also kill off between films. This is the one who talked Maverick into. Yeah. Carol! There is no Carol in HR. This place is a ghost town. I'm back. And Pepe Sylvia is not appearing in this film. Thank you and good night. Right.
Yeah.
FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim.
Funny, Boosh.
Yeah.
You're all right, Bush. You ain't half bad, bro.
Yeah. And thank you, Tim, for the super chat.
Hail, FKH C2005, another strong supporter of Toledo Scenes channel and the Outlaw Bill channel. Thank you very, very much for your continued support, sir.
I like this scene, like a couple of kids. I love this. Down. Oops, busted. Yeah.
Don't break her heart
Yeah.
again.
But again, yeah. Yeah.
Which begs to differ. Is the child talking about the first time when they were kids, or is it another time? They really don't elaborate on that. It's literally
Yeah.
up to speculation.
There's some hints in the dialogue that they're not talking about the references to the first movie, that maybe they met again sometime in between the films.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. That's an interesting bit of visit, because of course, but I mean, in that scene, you if she's referencing the first movie, she wouldn't have known that.
Right.
Yeah.
But
there's no way.
Her being their child, that she could have told her there was this guy,
Possibly. I'm not putting it past her. Okay. Okay. Have you seen Ryan George's pitch meeting?
No.
Video for not. This. He goes, "Oh, this is a Star Wars." No, sir, it's not Star Wars. No, they just have to go into this canyon and hit this small target, and that's Star Wars. Which, like I said earlier in the show, yeah. This is the best Star Wars sequel since Empire. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I could not. I don't think I could survive this. Honestly, I think my head would just explode.
Well, see, that's why I keep harping on the Blue Orchid, that those women never went to space. They could never be put up against the G-forces that it takes to get into space and everything else. Or that they could go through any of this what the actors from this actual movie had to go through in their training, because
and then they go, well, how come you're not getting mad at William Shatner? Because William Shatner never claimed to be a fucking pioneer,
Yeah.
He never tried to say that it was anything other than what it was. He never claimed he's an astronaut. He just took a ride up in a rocket. No big deal, Yep. Nope. Nope. No. Coyote is not leveling out. Coyote is going down.
Coyote's a dead stick right now.
Yeah.
Pull up, terrain, pull up.
Strike. That's okay. She'll be fine because she is flying with the son of the greatest fighter pilot of all time, who is not Maverick. That is, of course, one President Whitman.
Ooh. Yeah. FK Shoot 2005. You missed that scene.
Yeah. And a question in the chat. Okay, so why don't they send a few B2s at night so the movie can happen? This Mad Men sequel is weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, Tim, I'm with you there. Having been to a few military funerals, including my father's, yeah, that is my usual reaction. This is what a good leader does. This is the cock of the walk, the cock of the walk move from the bull leader, Matt Maverick, Pete Mitchell here. Yeah, he disobeyed a direct order for sure. But he says if if he's going to go out, he's going to go out. He's going to go out a baller, a stud. A true ace. I like the music in this too.
At 10 G's. 10.
Yep. And of course, because he did it at the beginning of the movie, so
Yeah, it's a total cock of the walk, total move.
Call back. Yeah. Yeah, there was that. Because if I can't goddamn well control you, I may as well help you. Sorry, wrong movie. Top Gun and Under Siege, same universe. Confirmed. No. No. No.
He's got those naval whites on.
And we get the Act of Valor poster shot.
Yep.
For some reason. That's what that reminds me of. Hey, that's a different movie.
Okay, okay, Boosh. Funny.
Bye-bye. Yeah. I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you.
we're out counting on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they brought this guy along for the mission. Like,
Yeah.
he,
Well, that's for the people who've seen the ending of Inception too many times and thinks that Maverick died at the beginning of the movie and all of this is just some
fever dream.
weird death dream or purgatory. There in that theory, there are people who say that Hondo is like a death angel who's kind of like leading him through this, and I'm like, I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, it's like no, guys, this isn't a David Fincher film. It's not Shyamalan. There's no twist. It's Top Gun. Get over yourselves. Although on the other hand, he does sort of sort out everything in his life. But I did wonder the first time I saw this movie, were they going to go all the way with this and actually kill him off?
And they have the one guy on Alert 5 aircraft.
Mm-hmm. Good shot there. No, they wouldn't, Tim, but it looks cool in a movie, so they do it. Here we go.
There goes Mav.
Aha, I'm saved. Oh, shit.
The hell were you doing?
Huh.
Well, yeah, you didn't tell him that.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Now the goddamn kid finally listens to me. Well, I'll tell you. We are going to steal a plane.
Commandeer.
We're going to fly it so quick that we go back in time, and we convince you not to make Fan Four Stick.
It's like riding a bicycle. You never really forget. We'll just mosey on like we're just nothing, you know.
And hello to Lady Mist.
Hello, Lady Miss. Always good to see you, Lady Miss. I love how there's just like a huge part instrument just missing from the aircraft. So is an aircraft carrier. Holy shit! Oh well, they just lost the front landing gear. That gonna make a belly landing on an aircraft carrier. And what? It can't be. Oh yes, it can be. Maverick. Fly the plane.
Rest in pieces.
Well, yeah. There's no way. There's no way aircraft can fly like that. Oh yeah. It's an F4 Raptor, right? To me the enemy aircraft, the MiG or whatever it is, looks like an A4 Raptor. But
Mhm.
if I'm wrong, you can tell me in the comments in the chat.
Yeah, there's two.
Another cock of the walk moment.
Yeah.
Cocky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How are we going to land this thing? We broke our landing gear on takeoff. We're going to have to belly land this on the carrier.
Alarm!
On shakes and flyby. Damn that guy. Textbook Maverick move. I won't tell you that. I remember that game, FKHE 2005. That was a I played that too. That was a cool game. Never finished it though. Yep.
Hey.
I believe that's her actual Porsche as well.
Huh. Okay.
Bob. Top Gun Maverick. Ah, you're absolutely welcome, Bone. You're absolutely welcome, sir. How we do it on the Outlaw Bill and deleted scenes channels. No problemo, Bone. Lady Mist.
In memory of
In
Tony
memory of
Scott.
Tony
Nice
Scott.
touch. Yeah.
Yep.
Director of the original film. All right. Shall I consult the scrolls?
Yes, you shall consult the scrolls.
All right. Top Gun Maverick was released May 27th, 2022. Estimated budget of 170 million, going on to gross more than 1.5 billion around the world. Was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, Original Song for Hold My Hand, which we just heard, Film Editing, Visual Effects, and one for sound. It was voted American Film Institute's #1 movie of the year. All right. Filming locations included San Diego, Los Angeles, South Lake Tahoe, the Naval Air Station Lemoore, Lake Tahoe Airport, El Dorado County, El Dorado National Forest, Lake Tahoe Basin Management Unit, Sierra District State Parks, Inyo Kearney Airport, Naval Air Station North Island, Naval Air, that was all in California, Naval Air Station Fallon, Nevada, Naval Air Station Whidbey Island, Washington, Fort Rosecrans National Cemetery, Point Loma, California, 4000 Bluff Place, San Pedro, California, which was Penny's house, and San Francisco Bay for the sailboat scene. All right, on to the trivia. Uh, 226 items, so I don't think we're going to get to all of them, but I'm going to read off as many of them as possible here. Okay. Tom Cruise is now older than Tom Skerritt was when he played Viper in the original Top Gun. Skerritt was 53 in 1986. Cruise was 56 in 2018 when the movie was filmed, 59 when it premiered. Remember, it was late because of the pandemic.
Yep.
Miles Teller was cast in the role of Goose's son Rooster, beating out the likes of Nicholas Hoult and Glenn Powell. All three were flown to the home of Tom Cruise, the star of this movie, for chemistry tests. Powell was later cast in this movie in a role beefed up for him, having impressed Cruise. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer, as well as executives at Paramount Pictures and Skydance, with his auditions. In a 2010 draft of the script, Christopher McQuarrie wrote Maverick as a minor character. James Tolkien, Tom Skerritt, and Michael Ironside did not return as Stinger, Viper, and Jester, respectively, due to their age. In 2018, when the movie was filmed, Tolkien was 88, Skerritt 86, Ironside 68. Their characters would have been either retired before the events of the film, or passed away. The black Ford Raptor used throughout the film is also being used in Break Even, two productions shared use as they were filming simultaneously. Shot entirely on IMAX certified Sony Venice 6K full-frame cameras, specially developed for the film in order to shoot cockpit sequences. Sensor is able to detach itself from the camera body, connected by the fiber optic cable, which allows the camera rigs to fit in tight spaces required. The body ably placed the jet's mechanics. Exclusively in IMAX theaters, selected sequences will feature an expanded aspect ratio of up to 26% more image. The FA-18E Super Hornet that was used as the hero fighter plane for Maverick is about to be used for the Navy aerobatic team, the Blue Angels, to replace older models for the 2021 air show season. Jennifer Connelly is cast as Penny Benjamin in the original Top Gun. That character is referenced by Meg Ryan's character in the diner scene as being an admiral's daughter that Maverick had dated. Earlier in the film, when Maverick and Goose are being chewed out, Goose asks Mav if the captain was referring to Penny Benjamin. Connelly was 16 years old at the time the original Top Gun came out in 1986, is in real life 8 years younger than Tom Cruise. The Navy's oldest fighter pilot retired at 54 years old. Calculating from Maverick's birth in 1962 and counting to 2022 when the film actually came out, he is 60 years old in this film, pushing the envelope, as pilots say. Lady Gaga sings the movie's theme song titled Hold My Hand. It was first released May 3rd, 2022. Song's release was accompanied by a music video directed by Joseph Kosinski, the director of this film. The film is dedicated to the memory of the original Top Gun director Tony Scott, who died August 19th, 2012 at the age of 68. He had been developing his own version of a sequel before his death. The make and model of the motorbike that Maverick races against the jet fighter is a Kawasaki Ninja H2 Carbon 2019. This is an homage to Top Gun, or Maverick also rode a 1985 Kawasaki GPZ 900, a precursor to the Ninja motorcycle. GPZ 900 is the European and the Japanese designation for the ZX 900A1, which is the first Ninja and not the precursor. Being in America, the GPZ 900 would not be used. The same bike from the first movie is also seen in this film. Okay. This film marks one of the longest time gaps between a film and its sequel, with the same lead actor or actors coming 36 years after Top Gun. Other examples of long sequel gaps with the same lead actor or actors are The Odd Couple 2, 30 years, Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, 32 years, A Man and a Woman in the Best Years of a Life, 33 years, Coming to America and Coming to America, 33 years, Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049, 35 years, This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, an Embodiment of Evil, 41 years, and Going Down the Road and Down the Road Again, 41 years. The all-time record is held by Manos the Hand of Fate and Manos Returns, 52 years. I know some of you in the chat know that one. All right. Miles Teller appears in the film, which is a sequel to Top Gun, and also appears in Footloose, which is the reboot/remake of Footloose, both of the original 1980s films and songs written and released for the movie soundtrack by Kenny Loggins. Danger Zone and Playing with the Boys for Top Gun and the title track for Footloose, respectively. All right. Hold on.
Oh, my beer.
Page jumped on me, folks. All right. On the Cormode and Mayo broadcast, Teller said they shot more footage for this film than the runtime of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is not the first time the call sign Hondo has been used in the Top Gun production. The PlayStation video game Top Gun Fire at Will featured video footage of James Tolkien reprising his role as commanding officer as the call sign Hondo. However, his call sign was Stinger in Top Gun. According to Miles Teller, he got cast. The cast got to. He's answering your question here, Bill. According to Miles Teller, the cast got to choose their own call signs. He chose Rooster because it was in the same family as Goose. Tom Cruise personally designed a 3-month aviation training course for the new actors to become ready to handle riding in an F-18. The actors playing pilots not only had to film themselves turning the camera on and off, they also had to touch up their own makeup, adjust their lighting, and handle their own sound. Sometimes the director had to wait on the ground for hours for the actors to return with the footage. Adjustments would be made after viewing the footage, and the actors would have to go back up for another take. According to Miles Teller, 3 of the 6 new actors threw up every day of filming in the jets. Director Joseph Kosinski has made a specialty of directing sequels to 1980s films decades after their originals. This Top Gun Maverick comes 36 years after its namesake film, Top Gun. He also directed Tron Legacy, 28 years after the original Tron. They both have their aspect ratios opened up during selected sequences in Climax. The aircraft carrier in the movie is the USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN-71. During the opening sequence, USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, is also used as indicated by the Abe Lincoln bobblehead shown when jets are taking off. The finished film carries the Don Simpson Jerry Bruckheimer Films logo and credits the late Don Simpson as one of the producers. This was done at the behest of Jerry Bruckheimer, Simpson's partner and longtime friend, who said Don was a strong champion for a Top Gun sequel and deserved to have his name on the film. Bad Boys sequels Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys for Life also carried the Simpson-Bruckheimer logo. Both Ed Harris and Glenn Powell have played former astronaut and senator, the late John Glenn. Harris in The Right Stuff and Powell in Hidden Figures. The flight helmet for Fanboy has his call sign lettered in the title font of Star Trek. Tom Cruise has a strange habit of having someone or something named Bob in most of his movies for the past 20 years or so. Case in point, Last Samurai. Okay. The yacht that Tom Cruise and Jennifer Connelly are sailing in the movie is a J125. It's a 41-foot-high performance sailing machine designed by Rod Johnstone at J Boats. Tom Cruise and Jennifer Connelly did not use stunt doubles while sailing the yacht in very windy conditions in San Francisco Bay. The roof of this shack next to Ed Harris wasn't supposed to be lifted when Maverick flies past. However, they only had one chance to shoot it, so this was a very lucky occurrence. As the Dark Star is only a non-flying mock-up, the actual plane being used was cloned out, and an image of the Dark Star was composited over it. The Dark Star that Maverick test flies appears to be based on an actual concept for a Mach 6 unmanned airplane, which was tentatively referred to as the SR-72 and revealed by Lockheed Martin Skunk Works in November 4th, in the November 4th, 2013 issue of Aviation Week and Space Technology. The airplane was projected to enter service no earlier than 2030. The overall configuration of the Dark Star in the movie looks very similar to the SR-72 concept, as well as the use of a turbine engine at low speed and a scramjet at high speed. Both the Skunk Works skunk logo and the Lockheed Martin corporate logo are clearly visible in multiple shots of Dark Star in the film. Its predecessor, the SR-71 Blackbird, could go up to Mach 3. All right. Louis Pullman, who plays Call Sign Bob, is the son of actor Bill Pullman, who played President Thomas J. Whitmore in Independence Day, who flew the older version of the FA-18 Hornet at the ending of the movie. In this movie, Louis actually flew inside the real Super Hornet on Independence Day. His father was in the studio. Okay. I'll read off a few more of these and then call.
Okay.
At the opening text matches that of the original movie. On March 3rd, 1969, the United States Navy established an elite school for the top 1% of its pilots. Its purpose was to teach the lost art of aerial combat and to ensure that the handful of men who graduated were the best fighter pilots in the world. Except ensure has been correctly changed to ensure, E instead of an I, and men has been updated to men and women. At the time of Top Gun, there weren't any fighter aviator women in the Navy. Brigadier General Jeannie Leavitt became the Air Force's first female fighter pilot in 1993. After her, eventually many women became naval aviators and fighter pilots. The car that Penny drives, a 1973 Porsche 911, is an homage to the car that Charlie drove in the original, a 1958 Porsche 356.
Mm-hmm.
Before filming with actors taking real G-forces in Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets sporting IMAX-grade cameras, cinematographer Claudio Miranda climbed into the cockpit himself, running months of camera tests and experimenting with in-cabin rigs. The Oscar-winning Life of Pi director of photography, and he should have been nominated for this movie too, if you ask me, searching for the right combination of technology, precision, and artistry to capture the visceral effects of high-intensity aerial flight on the human body. He wanted to put the audience in the pilot's seat like never before, as Tom Cruise's Maverick took to the skies again, decades after the original Top Gun. So he strapped into an L-39 Albatross jet, the same aircraft Miles Teller, Glenn Powell, and their castmates trained in to prepare for their minds and bodies for the real thing. I only went 4 Gs, said Miranda, smiling at the memory of his own flight missions, and that was enough for me. He watched how his own body reacted in the test film and learned some invaluable lessons. Because we were doing experiments with the cameras, I was reading menus and I realized that's a terrible idea. As you're spinning, I'm in the plane trying to reset the camera, he said. Anyway, I didn't feel very good after that. Experimentation proved how filming actors practically in actual flight could create a sensory, visceral connection with the audience. He even got his pilot's license in the process. Speaking with the Times over video chat from Australia, he dove into how and why the Top Gun Maverick team went into such great lengths to push the limits of action cinema. All right, let me see. Let me read one more here, and then I'll call it. You can find this trivia on IMDb Pro. Like I said, there are nearly 300 entries. We won't be able to get to all of those tonight because a lot of them are quite lengthy. But I will read off one more here. And we'll call it. Let me see. All right, director Joseph Kosinski shared the amazing connection between the original and new Top Gun films. Kosinski stated, I did have a couple of the camera operators who worked on the original film. I had a number of crew members who worked on the original film in our film, and one of them was the ground-to-air operator, and he told me a lot of their ground-to-air stuff was shot on a specific mountain peak in Nevada, looking down into the training valley. So we went back to that exact peak. I stood up there with him and our 4 cameras with our really long lenses, and we shot our ground-to-air stuff from the same place 35 years later, which was pretty awesome. Okay, I will read one more here real quick because it's historic. All right. As the only active naval aviator besides Maverick to achieve an air-to-air kill, Hangman is said to have shot down a Cold War-era aircraft. This makes reference to the 2017 shooting down of a Soviet-made Syrian Air Force Su-22 fighter bomber that allegedly bombed a position held by U.S.-supported Syrian Democratic Forces, or the SDF, near Taqwa. It was the first aerial kill of a manned aircraft by the U.S. Navy since the 1991 Persian Gulf War, the first kill by a Super Hornet, and the third kill by an FA-18. So if this is the basis of Hangman's reputation, it's a very impressive feat for a young aviator, and Hangman would justly be famous or notorious in the naval aviation community. All right, like I said, there's plenty more on IMDb. Read through it. There's some interesting stuff here.
Cool.
Some of it has to do with some historic things that took place that the movie is based on. Some of it has to do with the pandemic and how that affected production. It's the first movie in Tom Cruise's career to earn over $1 billion. Yeah, so there's interesting stuff. So check it out.
Very cool. Very cool.
The scrolls are closed.
Hey. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you. This today is also my 5th anniversary day. This is the 5th anniversary of when I first did my very first live stream 5 years ago, back in May of 2020. So, 5 years, and Still going, still at it. Going on to year 6.
Nice.
Well, thank you all for being here, and
Congratulations.
thank you for being supporters of Deleted Scenes and my channel. We very much appreciate each and every one of you. Good to see you, Lady Miss. Thank you, Connie Clarley, for supporting both of our channels. FKHC 2005, Bone, Bush McFadden, Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Yeah. Nathaniel Arvin. Thanks for being here. Thank you.
Basco Scenario.
The Basco Scenario. Yeah.
Poe is here.
Poe. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Miss you, Poe, man.
JKD Buck 76. And
thank you, Lady Miss.
I think that was everybody who was in the main chat. And I do want to thank Tim for the super chats on my end, including this one. Mitchell, even his name says, is that a beer? And of course, thank you to Bush for the
yes, thank you, Bush. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I think that's and yes, again, happy anniversary, Bill.
Next week, I think we're gonna do The Rock. We're gonna do The Rock next Thursday.
All right.
The Rock Thursday.
James Bond film.
Yeah.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah. The next Thursday we'll do The Rock. I think we might have done it, but I wasn't sure if we did or not. But
I don't think
what the
we
heck?
have.
We'll do it again
on the show. Hell, yeah.
Let's
do it. All right.
And then Saturday I got an old one from John Wayne. And that one is, what's the name of that? I'll tell you. Just a minute. I have it, but I can't. I have to do a search on my. It's in the journal where it's Oh, the High and Mighty. Yeah, we're gonna do the High and Mighty on for Saturday. I hope you can join me, Deleted Scenes. I was planning on do that at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, if you can. It's from 1954, starring John Wayne, the High and Mighty. Runtime is 2 hours and 27 minutes. It's a kind of a long one, but it's Memorial Day. It's in the month of Memorial Day, so we're honoring the service men and women who gave their lives and who have served. I like to do that since it's the month of May. So we do a Action Theater Extra. It went well last. Yeah, Action Theater Extra because it went well last year when we did it. So we're gonna do it again. So I got all these John Wayne war movies. I got The High and Mighty. I've got In Harm's Way, Island in the Sky, Stanza to Jim, Stanza to Iwo Jima, yeah, and the fighting sea bass. Don't know if we're gonna get to all of them, but those are just some of them. And we're also going to be doing the Guns of Navarone this month. I just don't know which day, whether it be a Thursday or a Saturday showing. But those are coming up. I believe you got coming attractions later, right?
I do. Right after that'll be at 11:30. Right after Thursday Things, and a special guest on Thursday Things tonight that I'm sure everybody from the chat knows. The tired midnight blogger, the voice of Northern Oklahoma, Curtis Selby. And he will be on with Troy and Netter discussing his new channel. Nothing to see here, citizen. So check that out. And I will be returning Sunday at 8 p.m. for Unscripted, an episode called The Name of the Game. And episode 108. And it's I'm going to be talking about the mid-theatrical run name change with Thunderbolts and kind of marketing in general surrounding films. So check that out. And reserved seats, 12:05 a.m. Guest to be determined. So I will hopefully know by tonight, or at least or at the latest tomorrow. All right. And oh yes, I don't want to forget tomorrow night at a special time of 7 p.m. Eastern. I am going to be joining Big Al Presents over on his channel for a special Friday night edition of Films with Friends, and we are going to be watching from 1969, Marooned. Gregory Peck, David Jensen, Richard Crenna, Gene Hackman, and James Franciscus.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I got. Yeah.
Alrighty. And then I'm going to figure out some type of Western for Sunday. I know Bush offered that one, but I don't know if I'll have to see if I can find it. Get that one. I don't know. That might be difficult to come by. Anyway, stay posted. We'll find something. We'll find something, and we're gonna play something on Sunday. Now I will let you know. Deleted and. Oh, I know what. We could do a first half. We'll do the first part of Comanche Moon. That's what we'll do. I've been meaning to do that one for a while. It's a long film. It's 4 hours, so we'll do like a halfer. We'll do the first 2 hours of Comanche Moon for Sunday.
Alrighty, fair enough.
We'll do 2 hours and 20 minutes for the first part, and then come back and do the second part. Probably the following, Alrighty then. Thank you all for being here. Be excellent to one another. Party on, and we'll see you a little bit later.
And as I always say at the end of every show, thank you all very much for being here. We do appreciate it. Please hit the like, share out the stream. From HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Lady, missed. Love ya.